now I'm 22 and I'm still writing, and I love to write songs. And this is a really cool guitar. When I was introduced to it, I was excited, and I've been kind of fooling around with it. And I think it's great because you can actually record, the ideas that you get, and sometimes, you write them down, because it always happens to me when I think of a melody, or I think of a lyric, I write it down, and I'm like, yes, it's really cool, I love this song, and then I go back to it, and I can't remember how it starts, or I can't remember the melody, or, I change it up, and I can't go back to that original idea that I had, at that moment of genius, and then, and then I get really sad because I can't remember it. So with this guitar, that won't happen, because I always carry my guitar with me. So whenever I have an idea now, I just record it, and it's really awesome that I can go back to it, and I can add on to it. I can make the lyrics up, because sometimes I just write the chord changes. So with that in mind, I'm going to record an idea that I had the other day, and I'm going to show you how it works. So it has a little menu right here, and there's this little scrolly thingy. See, Joe, I'm not going to remember a lot of the terminal, the words, but I'm just going to call it the thingy and the little hole in the back. So you go to record. It has a mic, a condenser mic, and it picks up your voice, so you can record the guitar and your voice. Or you can just record the guitar with the auxiliary input, which is what I did the other day with my iPod. I plugged in my iPod, and I recorded a solo on that was in my iPod to the guitar. So that's really cool too. Let's see. Oh! And he was talking about how sometimes you can't find your recorder. Well, I have this 80s recorder that I use because my dad gave it to me a long time ago, and it's not very good. So this actually, it's pretty good quality, and you can actually also input in the auxiliary input. You can plug in a bass. So if you guys want to record your voice with the guitar and a bass, you can, or with keyboards, right? Absolutely. And so you have that option. So I wrote down my notes. That is unbelievably cool. So that is. Another cool feature that this guitar has is jam tracks, which he talked about a little bit. There's jam tracks that you can jam over. Now, I'm not very good at jamming with the guitar, but I am a singer. I'm a vocalist, and I as a jazz singer, I'm exposed to blues and stuff like that. So it's really cool. There's an A minor blues in here that I can practice my scatting over. So you can actually practice your guitar improvisation, but you can do your scatting too, like me. So I'm going to show you. Do you have any questions so far? Are you guys feeling good? Okay.
It's important that you have fun at a guitar clinic. If you sit there and stare at us like this.
Yeah, it's just
I'm from LA, and I hate when people look at me and I'm going to get mugged.
Okay, so you go to the main menu. You go to play. You go to no, not there. Jam tracks, and it tells you the key you're in. Also, this is an A minor blues. There's also a C major New York folk accompaniment, and you can go to the website as well, right? And you can actually download any kind of accompaniment you want. There's rockabilly in there, and there's bossa nova and sambas and stuff like that, which is what I like. Sambas, which is what Andy's going to play at the end of this clinic. He's going to play for me. I'm going to sing. By the way, is that okay? Okay, so this is the A minor blues. You press play.
Join this Workshop Live jam track. Look for more exciting content at workshoplive.com.
practice your improvisation. And I'm done. So that was the A minor blues. Alright, cool. So that was that was another benefit of this guitar. Oh yes, and I know there's guitar players in here. Have you ever heard a solo where it just goes incredibly fast for you and you're like, what the heck is he playing? I have no idea. Well, you can actually plug in, like I did last week. I plugged in my iPod. I recorded the solo, and you can actually slow down the solo. So I'm going to show you how. This is All or Nothing at All, and it's a jazz standard, and it's Diana Krall's version of the song, and Anthony Wilson is playing on this recording, which I saw live at Steamers once, and I loved it. Okay, so you go to the main menu again, you go to Play, you go to File, Select, actually no, you go to Tempo Select, oh no, wait, go back, File Select first, and you go to Record, and this is the solo that I recorded. Okay, so that was the solo. Now we can go back, choose Tempo Select, and I think you can do it up to 40% slower. So I'm going to go to 60, which is 40, like 100. And you go to File Select again, and then I'm going to play that recording, and it's going to be more slow. That's amazing to me, because that's really cool. Then I can actually sit there and, pick up the notes, and it's easier. So anyway, so that's another really cool feature about that. And and going back to the jam tracks with the A minor blues, you can actually download on the website like lead sheets for that, and it like tells you, oh, you can play this A minor pentatonic scale, or it gives you like suggestions of the scales you can use over those tracks. Okay. Okay, and now teaching. I actually had, my son's not here anymore, but he came up to me and he said, well, I didn't practice today because I couldn't remember what you said. I was like, okay, well, that's not going to happen again, because now I have this guitar, and I can bring it and plug it into an amp. And actually, you don't have to just, you can actually turn it on with headphones too, but you can plug into the amp, and you can record the lesson, and then send them the MP3 file. So now I'm just going to say, you know what, you have the file. I don't know what you're talking about. You had a chance to practice it. Anyway, so that's a really cool deal. I was actually